The following is a Just Green production brought to you by the Might Be News Network.
Hello, everyone. It's the week of March 4th, 2019. My name is Taylor Cooper, and this might be news to you. What up, everybody? MBNnetwork.com. It's never been easier to find your new favorite podcast. Happy Monday. My name is Taylor Cooper. With me, as always, co-host Kev. What up, co-host Kev?
What up?
What up, co-host Danny?
What's going on, guys?
So, it's going to be a little short today, a little free-for-all, okay? Because I just got off a plane a little bit ago from Vegas, and I'm fucking tired. I had a great weekend, but goddamn it, I'm tired. But we have some other things we're going to talk about. We got good news. We still got what's the point and late review and all that good stuff. But we're just going to trim the fat this week. We're just going to get right to it. You know what I'm saying? Streamline. Rapid fire might be news. That's how it's going to be. So,
can you believe it's March 4th already?
Oh, it's crazy.
What
dude.
the fuck?
It's crazy. We only have, let me just put this in perspective for some people, okay? The season finale of Novak and Franz is this week.
Wow.
The season finale of Might Be Brews is next week.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
when's our season finale? Never.
Hold on, I'll tell you in 1 second. The 18th.
Okay.
So not this week, not next week, the following. We have this episode and 2 more.
Never. It's not happening.
Oh, yeah, right. So March is a big month for us. Let me just start the show out by saying that February is obviously the shortest month of the year. And halfway through February, I took a look at, some of the stats and things. And I didn't think that we were going to have a better month than January.
Yeah.
And towards the end of February, I took a look at everything and was absolutely blown away by our listeners. I mean, they're tuning in, and we had a better month than January by a good amount, like a very good amount. And I'm just totally blown away by it and super thankful. And for that reason, for sure, I kind of wish we weren't taking a break. But what's the point of having seasons if we don't end them from now,
And every time we come back from a break, it's usually bigger and better.
Yeah. I mean, part of the reason that we're taking a break is so that I can start working on the next steps.
Yeah, but right. You're taking a break to go on your honeymoon.
That's a quarter of our break. Our break's going to be about 4 weeks, and that's a quarter of it. That's about a week.
4 weeks!
A month, Kev. We were gone for the holidays for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks.
Fuck.
3 weeks.
I can see how committed you are to this.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's like organized chaos.
Yeah.
You look very nice today, Kev.
Thanks. Yeah, I got ready for my hockey game to go over, just be out the door after this is done recording, and I sit down at the table to find out the games are canceled because of this snow.
It's a winter wonderland outside right now.
Fucking snow.
Dude, you said it best on Facebook. Fucking March came in like a fucking lion, and this line's here to stay.
Yeah, so far we're on track to have more snow the first 3 days in March than all of February.
Crazy.
Yep.
It's nuts. But just before we do good news, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to all the people listening. Kev, say thank you.
Thanks.
Danny.
Gracias.
It's absolutely wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful.
But for real, thank you.
Yeah.
I do appreciate the listens.
And again, I said this on Might Be Brews last week. If you're only listening to one show, go listen to the rest. At least check out ones that you think you might be interested in. Because first of all of them have me on it to some capacity.
God.
To some capacity. So if you're just like, oh my God, Taylor's my favorite, then you'd like all the shouts. I'm just saying. If Kev's your favorite, then this is the end of the line for you.
He's spending too much time with relatable radio.
You know what he needs to do right now? Bye. Just get out of here.
We got this from here.
All right, cool. I'll go play video games. I'm totally down. My whole body hurts. I've been on a plane for the whole weekend. It feels like. No, but here's some good news.
Hey, did you hear the news?
This better be good.
Want the good news or the bad news?
Give me the good stuff.
All right, Danny, week 25. What do you got?
All right, so my first story, I saved this story beginning of, let's see, it is Sunday. I saved this beginning of last week. And turns out that there's a little twist to this story. So this story is coming out of Greensville, South Carolina. There were some Girl Scouts that were set up outside of a store selling Girl Scout cookies. This guy comes up and he ends up buying $40 worth of cookies. He bought 7 boxes. He gave him $40 and said, "Here, just keep the change." It was really cold that night. It was like 34 degrees. And about 20 minutes later, he ends up walking back up and he looks at the girls and he says, "I'm buying every single one of your boxes of cookies. $540 worth. Get out of the cold, go home and warm up." Great story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy was just arrested.
Really?
The DEA got him.
What?
Apparently, he was this big drug dealer that was manufacturing heroin and fentanyl and all kinds of shit.
What?
So this story went viral, and the DEA recognized this guy and went and picked him up.
Wow.
Wow.
So he got arrested for a good deed.
Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy. Well, he got arrested for a bad deed, but he got found by doing a good one.
he went like
That's crazy.
he saw these 2 girls standing out there and were freezing, and the girls were out there for a good 2 hours, and he could
Yeah.
see they were cold. So he said, "I'm buying every cookie, I'm buying every box you have. Here's $540 for every box. Get out of the cold."
Wow.
And then gets arrested a few days later.
Shout out to all the good criminals out there.
I mean, either this guy had a really good heart or he had the munchies like a son of a bitch. Either way, the Girl Scouts got their money, and I guess that's all that matters. So
So the DA's
It's a damn shame, man. That's a damn shame, yo. It's a damn shame.
yeah. All right. So my next story is coming out of the NBA. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You see what this guy's doing?
No.
So all of his basketball treasures, all of his trophies, his 6 championship rings, he is auctioning them all off.
What?
Usually everybody just keeps the stuff in like a trophy case.
Yeah.
He decided he was going to auction them off and donate all the money to his charity foundation.
Wow.
So the auction's been going on for a few days now. And some of the things, like he's got a signed basketball here. It's the 1989 Kareem Abdul-Jabbar game-used signed and inscribed Spalding basketball, used for the last points in his career.
Wow.
$270,000 that went off for an auction.
That's crazy.
I believe he's only doing 4 of his 6 championship rings. But this 1985 ring went for $343,000.
Wow.
So all of his memorabilia, instead of it just sitting in a case, he is deciding that he is going to auction it all off and put that money to a good cause.
Wow.
And my last letter, this was a story that was going viral on Facebook. It's of this little 7-year-old girl who has an inoperable brain tumor. And one of her family members went to Facebook and was talking about the girl and, you know, her loves and that kind of things. And she said one of the things that this little girl loves is dogs. So she reached out to the Facebook world and said, "Hey, if you have a dog, send a, you know, get well card to my 7-year-old niece." Turns out 100,000 dogs, well, their owners, have responded to this request and are sending this little girl little get well messages from their dogs. Right now, they are receiving 2,800 emails every hour, and they had to buy a P.O. box because they were getting so many letters that the post office could not keep up with it.
That's incredible.
Last check, 20 different countries have been sending letters from Australia, Venezuela, Japan, Italy, Russia, Scotland, and the Netherlands.
That's incredible.
That's not cheap to send all that.
No.
Yeah.
No. And it's not just emails. They're sending like actual letters and photos of the dogs just to cheer this girl up.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool. And my last good news story, I'm sorry, the guys from Might Be Sports, but I got to say it. The Phillies got Bryce Harper.
Yeah,
That is a great news story.
it is. I'm very happy about it.
And he is recruiting.
He's recruiting Mike Trout already.
Well, he's recruiting
Also-
Mike Trout,
And Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell.
So
Yeah.
he said in his press conference yesterday that he is going to do everything he can to bring championships to the best city in the world, and he is recruiting as many people as he can.
Wow.
Fucking Mike Trout. Bryce, please start recruiting for the Flyers. Please. They need it.
He's also going from number 34 to number 3.
Yeah. So the reason behind that, number 7 was his favorite number.
Mhm.
Number 7 was taken on the Nationals, so he went with 43. 4 plus 3 is 7. When he came to the Phillies, he said Roy Halladay is the number 34 in this clubhouse. There's no way I'm taking that number. When you think of Roy Halladay and you think of the number 34, that's him. It's not me, it's him. So that number isn't retired, but he's the last person to ever wear that number. And then he talked about the number 7, who Maikel Franco has. And he said, I don't know if that has a special connection with him or not, but I'm not even going to ask. That's his number. That's the number he wears. It's not my job to ask him for that number, and I'm not going to. That's his number. I'm picking a different number.
I know Allen Iverson's very excited that he picked number 3.
Allen Iverson went to Instagram and posted
Right.
something congratulating him,
Yeah,
and really excited about it as well.
very cool stuff. It's going to be very exciting to watch this summer.
Yeah.
Like,
City's going nuts over baseball again.
oh, it's big time.
It's
I heard over 100,000 tickets have already been sold.
within 24 hours.
Yeah.
The opening game, the home opener tickets went up like by half just minutes after they got Bryce Harper. Like the home opener against the Braves, I believe. I think it was like $40-some, and now they're like over 80.
Tickets are going to be
Yeah, they went up
outrageous.
111% or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
I'm sure it went up even
Yeah.
higher. Yeah, it's crazy.
So
I'll be watching baseball this season
yeah, I mean,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
we're Phillies fans.
Yeah.
We were for your bachelor party, we were at the Phillies game for the Nationals against Bryce Harper.
Oh, I was
Correct.
heckling the hell.
Yeah.
out of
We were.
Yeah.
We were yelling
Yeah.
at the shit out of him. We were booing him, and he actually said something about that in his press conference. Like, I heard the boos coming from the stands, not from that particular game.
It was me, Bryce.
But he said, that's what I love about this city. They're so passionate about their sports. And, we only see one side of these athletes from different areas. And getting to know the real Bryce Harper, I am becoming such a huge fan of his.
Yeah.
He's a humble dude.
So humble. He didn't want the opt-out after 3 years. He said, I want to be here with this team through the good and the bad, the ups and the downs. I want to build my roots, and I want to do good in this community. I don't want to come here for a few years and leave. Like, this is where I want to be. This is where I want my career to end.
Yeah.
I thought that.
How old will he be at the end of his contract?
So he's 26 and he signed a 13-year contract, so he'll be 39.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
So if we don't trade him away, he'll be here. Until
He's got a no-trade clause.
That's true.
He's got a no-trade clause, no opt-out, 13 years, $330 million.
It's crazy. It's craziness.
He could have gotten more. He could have gotten a
Yeah.
lot more, but he said that he wanted to save money for a guy that's coming off the book in 2 years, who we're texting back and forth during this whole process.
Yeah. Mike Trout.
Mike, I'm waiting for you, bruh.
It's gonna be crazy.
God, I'm so
it's gonna be
excited.
crazy.
So I guess the Angels saw all this. So they are, hey, we're coming out. We're going to offer Mike Trout 10 years, $350 million. And Mike Trout's like, no, I'm not discussing any of this.
Yeah, I heard that. It's Mike Trout's gonna get 400.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna get 400.
So they offered him a contract extension last year, and he turned it down. They offered him another one at the beginning of this year, and he turned it down.
Gotcha.
He wants to come to Philly.
Oh, he's a Philly boy. He's a Eagles fan.
No, he grew up a Phillies fan.
No. I'm quoting him.
Okay.
He's a Eagles fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy. I can't wait. I'm
I'm
so excited for baseball to
God.
start now. So really the only news story that there's a lot going on. But there's just so much bad news out there.
Why you got to talk about it?
I'm not going to talk about it.
Good.
But it's on the Facebook page. There's a lot of stuff on the Facebook page that I'm not going to talk about this week, which is what I usually do, is I just, talk about things on the show that I find throughout the week and that we share to the Facebook page. But I'm just going to talk about SpaceX. Over the weekend, SpaceX launched a very successful test. America's new astronaut capsule has successfully docked with the International Space Station as part of its demonstration mission. The Dragon vehicle, launched by California's SpaceX company on Saturday, made the attachment remotely. It's the latest in a series of tests the capsules must pass in order to get approval from NASA to transport people. On this particular mission, there was a test dummy and 90 kilograms of supplies. If everything goes according to plan, astronauts could be launching in the Dragon as early as July. A very cool thing. Now, this dummy, I was reading about it. The dummy had like all these sensors on it to judge like the G-force and the different effects, the velocity and all kinds of shit, the pressure. Because like this thing's saying, they really want people on this thing by this summer. So I think it's right around the corner.
What did they say? It's going to be like 500,000 for a flight, 200,000 or something like that.
Something like that.
I got that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how soon they're going to start doing like commercial flights, but this is something that we've talked about it quite a bit on the show, where obviously they want to start colonizing the moon, Mars, things like that.
The dude from Tesla is the guy that's
Elon Musk. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Elon, we are trying to do a podcast in outer space. Let us get 3 tickets and have you on the podcast, and yeah, let's do that.
They don't make spaceships big enough for him.
Listen, I would be fucking terrified. Let me just tell you something, all right?
Well, we got to get the elevator going.
Right. The elevator, yeah. I might be a little bit better with that. But
going up real slow as opposed to real fast.
Oh my god, dude!
Is it going to be like an elevator from like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Yeah, right. Listen, I flew 3 times this weekend, and it's been 5 years or so since I've flown the last. Okay?
Were you bugging?
Yes, it gave me a lot of anxiety. Like it gave me way more anxiety than it usually does, and I don't know why.
Did you hit any turbulence?
Yes,
dude, that bugs me out.
Listen, on the way to Vegas, we flew to Chicago and then we flew to Vegas. So the flight to Chicago was fine. Like that was no big deal. It was only like an hour too. Like it wasn't bad. But then the flight from Chicago to Vegas was like 4.5 hours, and that shit was bananas. Yo, when we got over like Colorado and we like started getting over like all the mountains and stuff, and like, dude, there was so much wind and turbulence. I'm getting anxiety just thinking about it right now. Like I hate heights. I hate heights. I get vertigo. I get vertigo looking down from tall buildings.
Did you have a window seat?
I did. Yeah, I did from Chicago to Nevada. Yeah, but like that wasn't even the problem. I couldn't get out of my own head. Like I kept thinking that there's nothing underneath me. There's nothing underneath me. Like, I'm literally in this.
You were your own worst enemy.
Yeah, dude, totally. I was like, there's nothing underneath me. Like this thing's just shaking. It's gonna fall apart. There's gonna be like a screw loose somewhere.
There's a colonial woman on the wing.
My man, I looked out, right, and I was like kind of like behind the wing a little bit, right. So like I could see like the tip of the wing, And every time like we hit turbulence, like I'm just watching the wing like bounce up and down, and I'm like, that fucking thing is gonna fall off. Like there's no reason that it should still be attached to this airplane. And like, yo, when we landed in Las Vegas, like John, like I was very focused on John because like my biggest rule when I fly is to keep an eye on people that look like they fly a lot, right? So like if I'm on the plane and I see people in suits or like, you know, dressed up for business or whatever, I keep an eye on those people. And if they aren't bugging, there's no reason that I should be bugging. Right? It's like my way of getting on roller coasters, which I'm also very afraid of. If I see a bunch of kids in line and they're just like, I can't fucking wait, then I'm just like, all right, I shouldn't be bugging. Right? So if I'm on a plane, I look at all these fucking like business people and I'm just like, oh well, they're not bugging, I should be okay. But this time I couldn't fucking get out of my own head. I'm like, there's nothing there. I don't have a parachute. I'm gonna die. Like there's no. And then of course we're flying over the fucking mountains, and I'm just like, I see movies like this all the time. Like we're gonna crash. I'm gonna survive and get eaten by wolves. That's probably what's gonna happen. And I had my phone like sitting up in like the seat, and I like grabbed it and put it in my pocket. I was like, dude, if we crash, I need my phone. Like, I don't want to lose my phone. Jackie has to find my phone. I have find my friends or whatever. They can find me if I. But anyway, like
that is so funny.
It was terrible. But like so anyway, when we were landing in Vegas, like it was super fucking windy, like crazy windy the whole time we were out there. We're coming in for a landing, and like I felt the plane like move over. Like it wasn't supposed to because he moved it right back where it was. Like it was like, boom, and I was like, oh my God. And I like looked at John and he was even bugged out. And as soon as I saw that he was bugged out, I was super bugged out. And then to make things worse, the fucking pilot came on once we landed and he was like, well, folks, that was a pretty impressive landing. And, you know, shout out to the flight team. And all of them are just like, what the fuck? How many times do you almost die a day, guy? Like, holy shit. But anyway,
I've never been on a plane.
Never in your life?
Never been on I've been on a single engine plane. Like one of those little
puddle jumper.
Yeah.
That's it.
Never. Wow. Dude.
I've never been on like a commercial plane or anything like that.
I'm like, I'm not usually scared. I was very scared this time. And I don't know why. Like, I don't know why.
The most recent time that I've been on a plane was for training for work. And I flew by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I was by myself. So those portions of turbulence that you hit. So when you want to go on an amusement park ride where you have sudden drops and you like lift out of your seat, that's what turbulence feels like.
Yeah.
Like that's what turbulence feels
really?
like. Yeah.
30,000 feet in the air. 30,000 feet.
I like roller coasters and that type of stuff. So that might be like.
No. Let me tell you something. You can look up at the clouds. You look up at the clouds, and you're still 10,000 feet higher than that. It's bananas. You're literally flying.
You're above the clouds.
You're flying in a, enormous soda can. That's basically what it is.
I wouldn't even see it's a soda can.
It's a fucking soda can up in the sky, and it's terrifying. But not really. It honestly, I kept telling myself, it's safer than driving. It's the safest way to travel, blah, blah, blah. And like, it's really not a big deal. And it really isn't. But holy shit, man.
Like you have more of a probability of getting killed in a car accident going to the airport.
Absolutely.
Than flying.
Absolutely.
That's because there's more cars on the road than there are airplanes in
You're
the
not
sky.
helping. You're not helping. So did you take anything to kind of help you, like calm you down?
Not on the way out there, which brings me to our next point.
So go ahead.
So John and I, let me just start this out by saying that John, my brother from Might Be Brews, who's been on this show quite a few times as well, we went out to Vegas to see one of his favorite bands, Walk the Moon, the Shut Up and Dance With Me.
And it looked awesome.
It was very, very cool.
It looked like a really good concert.
It was really cool.
An intimate concert.
It was only like 150, 200 people there. We got to meet the band, free drinks all night, free food all night. It was very,
the
very
food
dope.
good?
Yeah. They had like a slider bar
Oh, really?
And then they had like a taco bar and like, yeah, it was cool. And they had a whole bunch of weirdo like appetizers that I did not eat. I did not eat.
I got a problem with sliders.
They had burger sliders and they had pulled pork sliders.
Just give me the whole fucking sandwich.
Yeah.
It's just like a cupcake. A cupcake is a miniature version of a cake.
And this was worse too because like they like served them. Like, you know, you walked up to them and told them what you wanted and then they just give it to you. And like they would only give it to you one at a time.
One slider at a time?
I kept going back and back and back, and I'm just like, I don't give a shit. Like, nobody, I don't know anybody here, like, whatever. So I just kept going and going and going. Because at that point, I hadn't eaten anything since, like, breakfast. Going out there, you lose 3 hours.
Yeah.
So, like, it was super late for me as, like, my body clock, you know what I mean? Like, we were out until 3 a.m. Eastern time. But, like, we first got there. We checked into the hotel. We stayed at the Aria Casino and Resort. Very, very dope. Very dope. And right after that, we took an Uber to Planet 13, which is a dispensary. It's a recreational marijuana is legal in Nevada. Well, in Las Vegas. I don't know about the whole state of Nevada, but Las Vegas at least. And we went in there. First of all, we got out of the Uber. And the first thing I smelled weed right away. And the Uber driver, like, as I was asking him, like, where can I smoke this stuff? Like, what's up with that? He's like, oh, you'll see people around. Just, you know, be discreet, blah, blah, blah. You can smoke right outside of this place. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I get out, go inside.
Wait, what was that like, knowing that you can just, you know, go and buy your own shit?
Bro, I was so excited. You walk
Dumb.
in, you show them your ID. You walk in.
Was there any issue with you having a Pennsylvania ID?
0.
You got to be what, 21?
21.
Okay.
So you walk in, and I stood in line, and they say, stand right here, and your bud tender will be right with you. And I'm like, so fucking hype.
Your drug dealer.
Yeah, yo. So I go in there, and we're standing in line. My bud tender comes out, and he's like, what's up, man? You know, blah, blah, blah. I was like, listen, I'm in town for the night, and I'm just trying to get hype. Like,
I'm going to see Walk the Moon, and I want to be on the moon.
what do I do? Like, I'm just looking for some, you know, discreet shit, blah, blah, blah. I ended up buying 3 pre-rolled joints with a gram apiece in them for $12 a piece.
That's it?
$12 a piece.
Wow.
And then I got a big chocolate fudge brownie to eat before we flew home, right? And so then I buy the joints, and I get all this shit only came to like $60-some. Like, it was great. I got a lighter, a commemorative lighter, and because I couldn't bring any of the rest of the shit home with me.
You should have just shipped it home to yourself.
I guess. Hindsight 2020. But next time I will. I'll do something crazy. But so like I get the shit. I walk outside, and I thought I just lit up a joint. As soon as I walked outside, I took some pictures. I'm having a good time. There's a bunch of people. And then all of a sudden, the security guys come up, and like he looked like a cop. And he comes over to me. He's like, "You can't do that here." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "It's illegal to do that here." And I'm like, okay, like shit. I'm like, I put it out. I'm like bugging out. I'm like, am I about to get arrested? Am I about to get? I was like, John, where's the Uber at? Yo, let's get the fuck out of here. No, but like the guy was really nice, and he was kind of laughing about it because obviously I'm not from around.
I mean,
Did you tell him that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I was like, dude, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing out here. Like, and he was like, it's cool. They'll kick you off the property though. I'm just like, all right, we're waiting for our Uber. So then like right away we got out of there. And I didn't smoke in the hotel because it was under my brother's name, so I'm not trying to fuck him over. So like we just kind of, I just was walking around trying to find places to smoke. So like before the Walk the Moon show,
That's all.
oh bro, I mean I was walking around sightseeing, but then every time I saw a place that wasn't heavily populated, I just snuck around a corner and took a couple of hits off a joint and put it out and went about my business. Like. He wanted to buy some Advil, so I went around the backside of the CVS and smoked half a joint.
How was the quality of the marijuana?
It was outrageous. I was in heaven, dude. I felt great. It was so good that when we were at the Walk the Moon show, I didn't even like want to drink. I didn't need to.
Yeah.
I was like good. I wasn't like overly high. I was just chilling. I was in like the perfect place, you know? And then like after the show, which was great, Walk the Moon was fantastic. They put on a really, really good show. I'm not like a huge fan, so I wasn't like familiar with all the songs going in there. But like the songs they played, I liked. They did a cool cover of The Killers. What's the song? Shit. I got so, but I'm not a soldier. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Because the Killers are from Las Vegas, so them being in Vegas, they kind of pay tribute to them, which is cool. But it was a great show. Left and then went back to the room, grab another joint. We walked around the stadium where the UFC fight was on Saturday. We were there Friday night, so there was nobody at the stadium. I just like took a lap around it, and everybody left me alone. It was pretty fucking cool. Went inside a couple casinos. I didn't gamble. I don't gamble much. I'm not really into that. But like one thing that I always think about when I'm like walking through casinos is like how are those people doing that? Like how you can look around. Like you've been, and I'm pointing at Kev. You've been in casinos quite a bit.
Yeah.
Danny, have you?
Like 1 or 2.
Okay. So like Kev, like when you're walking through a casino, you can tell the people that have been there for a long time.
Right.
Like smoking crazy packs of cigarettes.
Yep.
Sweating.
Yep.
Disheveled.
Yeah.
Because they just lost their life savings.
Right. But like they're still there. And
Yeah.
like me, like I'm just like walking around like, how is this possible? Like me personally, I more or less live paycheck to paycheck. Like I'm not dead broke. I fuck with Jackie about it, but I'm, we're average people.
Right.
I can't go to the casino and just blow a couple $100
But that's the
and feel okay about it.
So that's the thing. It's just like an alcoholic or just like drugs. It's addiction. It's a physical. It's a mental addiction. It is full on a mental addiction because you got to think about it. Like, you've gambled at a casino before?
Oh, yeah, I have. Yeah.
People are addicted to that rush.
Yeah. When they win.
No, of the am I winning? Let's.
It might be me next winning.
Yeah.
Like Allison and I went out last weekend and we were down at my mom's restaurant for dinner. Afterwards, we went down to the bar and they have the pool tabs down there.
Mm-hmm.
And when you play the pool tabs, I've seen guys in there, waste $500-$600 playing these pool tab games. And then they hit for like $150. They're all excited. Like, yeah, I fucking won $150. You lost $400.
Right.
But it's hitting those, little $1 winners or the little $5 winners. I got a big one coming. I'm going to win big this time.
Right.
And you just keep
one more. I just need to do it one more time. I just need to just $20
more.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
$20 more.
Yep.
And then you win $5. All right, well, just $20 more. It's going to be hitting soon.
Right.
And then you lost your entire paycheck.
Yep. Dude, my aunt took me down to the Moose in Westchester. She's a member down there. She threw $20 and she got 10 pulls or whatever it was. And she's like, no, you do them. You do them. He's like, okay, whatever. So I'm pulling these things and I get down to the last one. And off of $20, it was a $100 winner. And I was like, dude, that is too fucking stressful. Like, that is too stressful. And it was only $20. So I went, this was years ago when my grandmother was still alive. Me and Amy, before we had kids, before we were married, or maybe it was like right after we got married, we went to the casino, we went to Delaware Park. And Linda, my aunt, took Amy and she's like, come on, you're playing slots with me. And she handed me $50. She's like, go play blackjack or something. She had Amy sitting in front of the slot machine, feeding $20 bills in, and Amy was keeping track in her head of how much money she was spending. They fed in, without hitting, $700 into the slot machine. And I think they hit for like $600 or $800 just to break even. And he was like, I'm done. Get me out of here. You have your money back.
Yeah.
I don't feel responsible.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Right.
And my aunt sat there and continued to play, and me and Amy walked around.
Wow.
Dude, it's a physical addiction.
Right.
the lights and the bells and the let me hit, I'm gonna win.
Right.
It's an addiction.
I mean, I can definitely dig it because it's a different feeling. It's a different feeling being around all that.
Right.
Like walking through the casino, you feel, first of all, when I go to like Times Square or someplace like that, I compare it to feeling like I'm in an anthill, right? Because like there's so many people and everything around you so big, right? So like you're just like this insignificant speck
Yeah.
on the map. Right?
Dude, I went to Times Square. I just didn't feel comfortable there.
Well, that's how I felt in Las Vegas too. Like I felt like no one knows I'm here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like this is such a big thing. Like Las Vegas is out of control. And I was only there for one
that you
night.
were high.
Oh God, I was higher than high. It was great. And I gotta say, it was a bucket list item. But like I thoroughly enjoy smoking weed. Anybody who knows me knows that, right? And I've been that way for a very, very long time. And I think that it should absolutely be legalized everywhere for everything. And this was a bucket list item. Being able to walk into a place, show my ID, like I was buying a 6-pack, right? Going in there and buying what I wanted and leaving. It was the coolest fucking thing. It was just as cool as turning 21 and going to buy your first
legal drink,
pack.
yeah.
I mean, that's how I felt like that going in there. And it was very, very cool. It was very, very cool. And the brownie, it helped on the way back.
What did it actually taste good?
Oh, dude, it was delicious.
Because you
delicious.
Dude, I didn't taste weed at all.
you get edibles around here and they have that bad aftertaste.
Yeah. No, not this. Dude, it
I
tasted
don't
like
know
a
from
brownie. It tasted like
experience.
a straight up brownie. It was delicious. And I ate half of it first because it said you should only eat half. So I ate half and I was like, ooh, I feel fucking great. And then like then like a half hour later I was like, well, it's time to go. We got to go catch our Uber. So I just ate the other half. And dude, by the time I got to the airport, I was like, yo, I don't need to do anything the rest of the day. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm really, really good. And I was like, so looking forward to sleeping.
Did you bug out going through security
No.
with the dogs?
No. There wasn't any dogs.
Really?
I didn't see any dogs.
No shit.
Yeah. We went through really fast. There was like nobody there because we left on Saturday. Everybody leaves on Sunday. Like
Everybody was coming in on Saturday for the fight.
The airport was empty basically when we were leaving. Like not empty, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It wasn't crazy. And we were in the line for security for like 3 minutes. Like it was nothing. And then we just sat there for like an hour and a half waiting for the plane. And then I was so excited to sleep on the plane. And I just could not sleep on the fucking plane. They just don't make planes for 6 foot plus people anymore. They just don't. I had no leg room. My legs today, right now, Sunday, we're recording, my legs hurt so bad. My knees from being jammed up into the seat in front of me. Luckily, on the way home, it was a 4-hour flight. Luckily, on the way home, I had an aisle seat. So at least one of my fucking legs was just like all out in the aisle.
Until they tried to pass you with the drink cart.
Yeah. Well, and then I kept trying. I moved and whatever. But like, yeah, that was Jesus Christ. It was bad. And I couldn't sleep. I could not sleep. So, dude, I got home last night, put the Sixers game on, and I fucking passed out hard. It was mad fun. Shout out to my brother John. Shout out to everybody in Las Vegas. The shit was dope. It was dope. But we want to make this a shorter episode, and we're like already 40 minutes in. Do you guys have anything to add? Do you have a point? What's your point?
I did something cool yesterday, but that's
What was it?
So for my mom's birthday, we always try to come up with something to do for my parents for the birthdays. Yesterday it was me, Amy, Scott Kelly, my brother-in-law and sister, and my parents, and we went to Painting with a Twist.
Okay.
Oh, I saw the photos from that.
Yeah, dude.
Your painting actually looked really good.
Dude, it was good.
Yeah.
It was
Your painting looked good.
Yeah, you had a good time.
Yeah, I had it here. So
I saw the
I'm
pictures.
gonna show these guys. Did you see the original?
No.
This is what your picture was supposed to look like.
Okay. Very good.
Okay.
That's what it was supposed to look like. And
Right.
this is my picture.
Oh, damn, Kev. All right, dude.
Kev, do you got a special talent we don't know about?
So I did the background. I did the water. The instructor came over and helped me with the clouds.
Okay.
And helped me with the boat. And helped me with this breaking wave.
Okay.
So I had her autograph it as well.
Okay.
I mean, she did like 3/4 of it. So
No, but it turned out well. I mean, I was quite impressed with myself. But fucking dude, what's his name? Bob Ross.
Yeah.
Happy Little Clouds.
Yeah.
Fuck Happy Little Clouds.
Wow.
Yo, the clouds are the hardest thing to fucking paint in the world. Fuck that.
That's awesome, Kev.
Yeah, but it was a good time. It was a good time.
Danny, what about you?
So I finally watched Abducted in Plain Sight, and it blew me the fuck away.
Yeah.
I just can't believe how, I don't know how to say it, like the parents.
Yeah.
There were so many red flags, and were they just that naive that they thought that him sleeping with their daughter was actual therapy for him?
Well, at this point, it's been a little while since I've seen it, but
So he
to me, the biggest takeaway from this story is the difference in how what was deemed acceptable and also technology change from the late 70s to now, right? Because like whatever happened in that movie, in my opinion, would be very unlikely to happen now.
Well, she was actually just on a talk show.
Okay.
And she was like, I'm glad that everybody's watching this because this can happen to anybody nowadays.
Right. I'm not saying, I mean, obviously people can get kidnapped and things like that because it happens all the time. But like this was a different thing. Like this guy knew the family, knew the parents, everything that was going on with it. And I just think that like now the direct circumstances of this particular case, I think that they would have handled it differently.
I mean, it's just so bizarre.
At least I hope they would have, because they fucking sucked.
Horrible.
The parents fucking sucked.
The parents were horrible.
Yeah.
Just for them to just completely turn, I can't even say turn a blind eye, but just think everything he was doing was just okay.
Yeah. It was very crazy, but you liked it though? It was wild.
It blew my mind. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it.
Supposedly they're coming out with a second part to it. I can't believe that there's more to talk about with
There's
it.
more?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I saw a news article that said there's going to be a part 2. I didn't read it yet though.
Yeah, I liked it. It was real. It kept me on the edge of my seat. There were a few parts where I jumped out of my chair and I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah.
Like I wanted to jump through my TV and bitch slap the parents a few times.
Yeah. Oh, it was nuts.
Crazy.
Well, what would you rate that out of 10?
See that's kind of hard to rate.
Yeah.
Because it's not like a movie I would want to see again.
Right.
But just because of how blown away it was, I mean, I'd give it a good 7.5, 8.
Yeah. It kept your attention.
It
Right?
100% kept my attention the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah. It's not like entertaining, but it's like it keeps you there. Kev, do you have anything to review?
I went to that Freddy's place.
The burgers.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Freddy's
the
Burgers.
burger place that you reviewed, and I was not impressed.
No.
Not impressed. The fries were good. The milkshake was amazing. The burger was garbage.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a
Garbage.
McDonald's burger that's been in a press, and it's
Right.
like paper thin, and it's crunchy.
Crunchy.
Yeah.
Not down with crunchy burgers.
You
Not
need
into
like
it.
20 burgers to get like
I
an
didn't
average
even
burger.
think it tasted that good.
No, it didn't.
I thought it was okay. It was okay. What would you rate it, Kev?
Well, so I'm gonna give the burger like a 3
Oh, wow.
out of 10.
Wow.
The fries get like an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
And the milkshake gets like a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Fries were legit.
Yeah,
Fries
fries
were
were
good.
banging.
Yeah, fries were good.
Especially the cheese dipping sauce.
Yeah, it was good. So my review, quickly, so we can get out of here. We saw Anderson .Paak. Jackie and I went down there to the Fillmore in Philly, which is a very cool place. I don't know if either of you have been to the Fillmore for anything.
No.
Very cool place to go see a show. It's right off of 95. It's like right across the street from Sugar House Casino. And very cool spot. The lighting was cool. Like everything about it was great. And if you're a fan of our show, you know that I'm a huge Anderson .Paak fan. And he did not disappoint. I'm telling you right now, that was one of the best concerts I've ever been to in my life. Ever.
Really?
Like, he put on an amazing show. Him and his whole band, the Free Nationals, very, very crazy shit. He did like half the show just on the stage singing and rapping, and he did the other half up on a platform on the drums. And dude, he goes so hard on the drums. And he's singing and rapping at the same time, which is just mind blowing. But like, they had like the platform that he was on, they had it like, screened off a little bit on the bottom, because like there behind him was like a screen. They were for graphics and whatever.
Yeah.
And the little platform that he was on was a part of that. So like, when they had all the lights and the shit going on, it kind of looked like he was floating. Like that's the way it looked, because it was elevated up above everything. So it like really looked really cool. And they had cameras all over the stage. And so they were putting live feed up on the screen. So like, he's drumming and it shows him drumming up on the screen behind him.
Oh, cool.
But they had like all these crazy effects and like really cool shit going on along with it. And it just looked so good. It sounded so good. He played a very, very wide range of his songs from different albums. Very, very good. He had a great Mac Miller tribute in it, where he played the song that he did for Mac Miller. Like, he did the hook for a Mac Miller song.
Okay.
And I thought it was very neat that he did it that way, because on his newest album, there's a song that he dedicated to Mac Miller. And I just would have assumed that he would have played his own song as tribute to him, right? But instead, he played the Mac Miller song.
It's dope.
And he was like up there doing the drums for it. And like, he sang the hook, but then like, he let a whole Mac Miller verse just play over the speakers while, the whole band is playing the beat and everything. Yeah. And it was just such a cool moment. I'm just like getting goosebumps just thinking about it, because it was like you could feel the crowd around us like react to that, like in a different way than like all the other songs that he was playing, because it was like this really cool moment that they had with us, and something I didn't know about Anderson .Paak, his dad was born in Philly. His whole family on like his dad's side still lives in Philly. So there was like family members of his that were there.
No shit.
And the night that we saw his show was the anniversary of his dad's death. So like, he played that Mac Miller song in honor of his dad and of Mac Miller. And it was just like this crazy emotional moment. It was very cool. I give the show easy 10 out of 10. It was fucking incredible. And he's coming back in May, and I'm trying to go. It was that good. I will see Anderson .Paak 2 times in 1 year. Straight up. I would do it. So 10 out of 10.
That's awesome.
He's the best out, dude. He's by far one of the most talented individuals in the music right now. Absolutely incredible. Kev, this week in history?
Yes, sir. March 3rd, 1991, Rodney King, viciously beaten by Los Angeles police officers, was caught on videotape. March 4th, 1789, the Constitution of the United States went into effect.
Shout out USA!
March 4th, 1861, Abraham Lincoln was inaugurated as president. March 7th, 1876, Alexander Graham Bell received a patent for the telephone.
Wow.
That's it.
Great job. Kev, great job this week.
Thank you, sir.
Danny, fantastic.
Thanks. You did a good job as well.
Thank you.
I think you suck.
We had a great time here. I sorry to cut it short. I'm tired. I'm ready to just go chill and do nothing the rest of the day.
Play video games.
Shout out to everybody listening. Thank you so much. Tell your friends about it. We're really enjoying the idea of sharing a part of the day with you. Listen to the other shows. If you only listen to one, check us out. Everybody works really hard here at the Might Be News Network, and we're doing a great job. Shout out to everybody on the network for all their hard work and doing this with me. It's fantastic. mbnnetwork.com. Check it out. Click a link at the top. It'll take you to the latest episode of whatever show that you want on whatever platform that you want. It's never been easier to find your new favorite podcast. Kev, say peace out.
See ya.
Peace out, Danny.
Peace out.
All right, guys. I will check you out tomorrow on Relatable Radio. Make sure you tune in. Stay safe out there if you're in the Northeast. Don't get snowed in, or if you're going to get snowed in, make sure your fridge is stocked. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing. Jackie's at the grocery store getting some shit so that hopefully we don't have work tomorrow. Well, when this show comes out, Monday.
That's what I'm hoping for.
We'll see. I need another day of rest and relaxation.
You should get one.
It looks that way.
I mean,
at least a late start.
They're calling for 6 to 9 inches. It's supposed to be done by 6 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
You should be good.
Staying home.
You should be good.
A-chillin'. All right, guys. Have a great week. Tune in Relatable Radio, Might Be Sports, Novak and Franz this week, and an all-new episode of Might Be Tunes on Friday. It's another full week here at the Might Be News Network. See you next time.